Hey guys, it's been a while. I know normally when I say that, it's only been about 2 to 3 days, but this time it's actually been a whole 2 weeks. Not only was I sick, but I was also not entirely living in my own home, and I had family coming from Poland. A lot has happened in my personal life, but a lot has also happened in the virtual reality life, and that is what we're going to be talking about today. I asked you guys on the Discord if you wanted a little bit of a recap of the last 2 weeks, and the majority responded with an astounding yes. So that is exactly what I'm giving you today. Without any further ado, let's jump right in. So, first things first. Avalanche. According to YouTuber Brad Lynch, also known as Sadly as Bradley, Samulia found a string of code inside version 24 of the Quest, which would have shipped about 18 months ago. They found it last month. This was a string of code called avalanche_cloud_gaming_infra_enabled. 2 days ago, Redditor Technical Throwaway posted a screenshot appearing to show an enable avalanche alpha option appearing in their experimental features tab on their Quest 2, writing the following. I pressed it. It said finding server for 20 seconds or so, and then loaded Oculus Home. For about 15 seconds, it was really decent frame rate, but with a little bit of lag. Then a spinning ring came up, and stayed like that. Anyone else got this working? Clearly, Avalanche is some sort of cloud gaming software, and later on, if we continue reading this Upload VR article, Brad Lynch wrote on Twitter that the Redditor directly contacted him about their experience, saying they were able to get a totally remote game of Asgard's Wrath via a UK Wi-Fi 5 session. This is pretty big. These big boxes are not exactly accessible to everyone. Not only are they expensive, but graphics cards and different chips are still really hard to come by because of chip shortages. So cloud gaming could be the answer to that. Not everyone likes cloud gaming. Some people absolutely despise it, whether it's because they don't want it to become the norm, or whether it's because they just don't have good internet. I'm not entirely certain. To me, it's more like give people the choice. If you don't want to buy a big box like this, or just can't, then you at least have the choice of using cloud gaming. If you don't want to use it or works badly for you, then just don't. Avalanche could change all of this. It could make it accessible to way more people. I'm super excited for it. I want to see more people being able to access PCVR, and you know, Plutosphere already showed that the demand is there when they had their free gaming weekend, where we totally did not crash their servers. Either way, it's really cool. I cannot wait for it to come out, and I want to hear your opinions down below. We have another feature in the experimental features tab of our Quest, and it is in regards to mapping your room for AR mixed reality, something also known as scene understanding. The new room setup experimental feature seems to allow you to mark out surfaces inside your home to build a basic outline of your walls and objects that are within. Using the feature, Upload VR was quickly able to make boxes for a table as well as an island for their kitchen. These two surfaces are on either sides of their typical play space, and having them represented in VR made it so they could easily place down their touch controllers when they felt the need to, without taking the headset off. Of course, this is only one of the really cool things that you could do if you actually had proper scene understanding inside the Quest. Occlusion being the coolest, if you ask me. You need proper occlusion in order to be able to have AR working well. And, you know, occlusion in VR is hard, especially on the Quest, with it not necessarily having any sensors to understand depth correctly. They're doing some AR trickery with that right now, from what I understand. But if we had some form of scene understanding, then you would be able to see an object inside pass-through, put a virtual object behind it, and the object would occlude. This is something that we've been waiting on for quite some time now, and with that working correctly, it would bring a huge step up to AR. I cannot wait to see what they do with it, and I want to hear your opinions down below. Are you guys into pass-through? Are you into AR? And would you use AR on the Quest, you know, bringing screens all around your house, you know, for productivity and things like that? Or do you think we're not just there yet with the black and white pass-through and just overall the glasses being too bulky to wear out in public? Or, you know, would you walk around your house with it and just start placing objects around? I think that's pretty cool, to be honest. I mean, it's a nice place to start, and we are part of that beginning. Talking about beginnings, Windows 11 began quite a while ago, and we didn't have the Oculus software perfectly working on it. Well, Meta promised a fix, and Meta fix gave. Yes, Windows 11 now works properly with the Oculus software, that is including AirLink and Link. No more juddering, and while I myself never had any issues to begin with, it works now. I mean, it worked for me, but according to Upload VR, it works now. If you want to access the public test channel, just fire up the Oculus PC software, go into beta, and, you know, click on the public test channel, and you're in. So in case that wasn't working for you at all, hopefully now the juddering will be fixed for you, and you'll be able to play using AirLink or Link the way you should have been able to begin with. We have a new photogrammetry environment for SteamVR. I'm a huge fan of photogrammetry, mixing the virtual with the real, and taking the real into the virtual, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I mean, if we're going to be doing AR, we might as well do it the other way around as well, right? When photogrammetry is done right, it can absolutely blow minds. The latest SteamVR update adds a new photogrammetry environment for users, captured in the village of Fornalutx in Mallorca, and that is the new home environment that we got within SteamVR. I know for a fact I'm going to be updating, and I'm going to be changing my home environment to that. My one needs a fix and an update anyway. I've been on the default Steam environment for like the longest time, and photogrammetry is my thing. I mean, I photogrammetried my entire housing estate with a drone. Green Hell VR, the game that a ton of you guys were super excited for, myself included, and a ton of you absolutely love on the Quest, is coming to PCVR on June 9th. This is something we were waiting for, so for any of you excited for that there, June 9th you'll get your updated graphics and things like that in case you want to play it on PCVR. And who knows, if they release Avalanche, you know, you might be able to play it even without a PC. You know, just something to think about for you right there. So, now we're back onto the fresher pieces of news. First of all, we've got a Quest system-wide blocking API, but that's for the developers to use. Whether they'll use it is entirely up to them. Quest now has a system-wide blocking API as part of the platform SDK. This means developers can keep people you already blocked in other apps away from you. While Meta provides a friends and matchmaking service, most developers use their own system to be able to release on multiple platforms, including SteamVR and non-VR consoles. But this means if someone harasses, trolls, or annoys you in one app, blocking them in that one app won't stop them from doing it again in another app. But with this system-wide blocking API, everything can be seamless, just like the fact that you should be able to bring one avatar along from one app to the other and have your kind of virtual reality identity. Same thing will now happen for blocking. That is, of course, if developers use it. This is pretty big, as I think that when you block someone in one app, you might not necessarily maybe even know their username in the other app, and you know, they'll just come after you again. So this is great. I'm all in for it. Let me know what you think down below. On another good piece of news, according to IDC estimates, the Quest has sold almost 15 million units, which of course shows us how much VR has grown, especially with the affordability of the Quest 2. This is huge. It means we're getting a larger space, a larger amount of people, and it means more developers and more companies are going to be interested in working for VR. And that's really big, you know? I'm always in for that. I'm always really happy when the community expands and when more people join us. So that's fantastic news. Pimax has released a new headset, or more like announced a new headset, the Pimax Crystal. It's going to cost $1,899. It's going to be a wireless headset with 3K resolution per eye with a mini LED display that is absolutely huge. This is actually an event that I missed while I was sick and away, but they announced the Pimax Crystal QLED, a dual mode VR headset the company claims will have the highest angular resolution on the consumer market. Pimax, of course, known for their absolutely insane FOVs on their headsets, and people are like kind of split on Pimax depending on who you ask. Someone is going to tell you it's a great company. It's actually my main headset that I main to date. It's a fantastic one, but I am longing for something wireless, and this seems to be it. It will feature a dual 2880 by 2720 LCD panel with mini LED backlighting and quantum dot layers. The maximum refresh rate is going to be 160 Hertz, and the horizontal field of view will be at 110 FOV. Wow, roughly the same as the Valve Index. So this doesn't seem to be an absolutely insane FOV headset. I mean, that would probably be really difficult to drive on a wireless device, but it still has some absolutely incredible specs, and I cannot wait to see this headset in action and see what it can do. Let me know what you think down below. Apparent Meta Cambria schematic leaks have been kind of leaked. Sadly, it's Bradley shared apparent internal schematics for Meta's upcoming Project Cambria headset. The schematics show some interesting features, including a dial at the front, perhaps used to adjust the lenses, a clip on the side, potentially for Oculus Link, and a visible cable at the rear, likely connecting the battery to the components in the front. Based on these schematics, Bradley now says that the model is almost exact to the final version. Of course, we missed some slight details. I mean, that's always super exciting. I'm always super excited for leaks, but you can't 100% trust them. That's all they are leaks. And while I trust Bradley has been super informative in the past, I think that possibly things can still change. Maybe this isn't the final production model or anything like that, but, you know, Bradley here says that it pretty much is, so I'm just gonna go ahead and trust him. Whether you do is entirely up to you. I love seeing the insides of these devices, and this seems like it's going to have an absolute ton of technology. I mean, look at all these colors. Wow, it's so funky, I can't zoom in. It does look very, very nice. The Lynx R1, if that's something you're excited for, is a headset that has both VR and AR, and very good AR at that, is going to begin shipping sometime this summer, with the controllers coming a little bit later. So the headset is going to ship without controllers, with hand tracking only, but they may not ship in June or July as was previously predicted. The Lynx R1 is a headset that has raised nearly $800,000 on Kickstarter in 2021 and has fantastic mixed reality pass-through with color cameras. It's a headset that a ton of people are very excited for, and as you can see by the Kickstarter numbers, a ton of people have pledged for. Let me know what you think down below. And on another fantastic piece of news, VR is at an all-time high. I don't know what's happening with my hair today, but we're just gonna have to go with it. VR was at an all-time high in May on Steam VR. Steam reached an all-time high VR usage in May, with 3.24% of Steam users connecting a VR headset in May. That is by far an all-time high. Why the sudden jump? I mean, if you guys want to read Upload VR's speculations, their kind of ideas here, and they did ask Valve for clarification, but haven't received a reply. As you can see in this graph, look at this graph. It's a very big spike. Like, it's actually a very, very big spike. It's a very significant spike. And of course, as I said earlier, I love the fact that more VR users are joining the space, as that will kind of have a knock-on effect with companies and other people wanting to join too. It's super exciting seeing this happen in real time. Some people love it, some people hate it. You know, overcrowding in VR is a thing now, so, you know, that depending on which side you're on there, whether people annoy you. Maybe you just don't like humans, maybe you just don't like people. Who knows? Maybe. So, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a fantastic day or night. This video, I know, was a little bit different, but I was out for a whole 2 weeks. You guys wanted a recap. I'm not sure whether this video has been split into 2 parts or not, because judging by the camera, this one's already 10 minutes, and judging by YouTube retention, people don't like videos longer than 10 minutes. Either way, I have no clue. I'm actually making it longer right now by going on a ramble. That is going to be it for today's video. As I said, a ton has happened in personal life and other things that, if you guys have been keeping up to date on Discord, that's where I've been most active. But yeah, leave a like if you liked the video, please. It helps the channel out a lot. It doesn't cost you anything. However, if you disliked it, I guess this button works too. But please do let me know why down in the comment section below. If you guys are not yet part of our community, check out our Discord down below. Check out our Reddit, where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. That's where we have most updates and stuff. If you want to support the channel, we've got a Patreon down below. We've got that weird button down below, that thing that YouTube just added. Thank you so much to the Patreons that are already supporting this channel. You guys help me out a ton, paying my bills, paying my subscriptions, and overall helping me make these videos better. If you guys want to be notified of future content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video.